Letter 50 for Marion M'NAUGHT. Christ coming as captain of salvation, his church's conflict and covenant, the Jews' last days apostasy. Well, beloved and dear sister, I know your heart is cast down for the desolation like to come upon this kirk, and the appearance that an hireling shall be thrust in upon Christ's flock in that town. But send a heavy heart up to Christ, it shall be welcome. Those who are with the beast and the dragon must make war with the Lamb, but the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they who are with him are called and chosen and faithful. Revelation chapter 17 verse 14. Our 10 days shall have an end. All the former things shall be forgotten when we shall be up before the throne. Christ hath been ever thus in the world. He hath always the defender's part, and hath been still in the camp, fighting the church's battles. The enemies of the Son of God will be fed with their own flesh, and shall drink their own blood, and therefore their part of it shall at last be found hard enough, so that we may look forward and pity them, until the number of the elect be fulfilled. Christ's garments must be rolled in the blood. He cometh from Edom, from the slaughter of his enemies, clothed with dyed garments, glorious in his apparel, travelling in the greatness of his strength. Who is this, saith he, that appears in this glorious posture? Our great He, that he who is mighty to save, whose glory shineth while he sprinkleth the blood of his adversaries, and staineth all his raiment. The glory of his righteous revenges shineth forth in these stains. Isaiah chapter 63 verse 1. But seeing our world is not here away, we poor children far from home must steal through many waters, weeping as we go, and withal believing that we do the Lord's faithfulness no wrong, seeing he hath said, I, even I am he that comforteth you. Who art thou, that shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die, and of the Son of Man that shall be made as grass? Isaiah chapter 51 verse 12. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burnt, neither shall the flames kindle upon thee. Isaiah chapter 43 verse 2. There is a cloud gathering and a storm coming. This land shall be turned upside down, and if ever the Lord spake to me, think on it. Christ's bride will be glad of a hole to hide her head in, and the dragon may so prevail as to chase the woman and her man-child over the sea. But there shall be a gleaning, 2 or 3 berries left in the top of the olive tree, of whom God shall say, Destroy them not, for there is a blessing in them. Thereafter there shall be a fair sun blink on Christ's old spouse, and a clear sky. And she shall sing as in the days of her youth. The Antichrist and the great red dragon will lop Christ's branches, and bring his vine to a low stump, under the feet of those who carry the mark of the beast. But the plant of renown, the man whose name is the branch, will bud forth again and blossom as the rose, and there shall be fair white flourishes again, with most pleasant fruits upon that tree of life. A fair season may he have. Grace, grace be upon that blessed and beautiful tree, under whose shadow we shall sit, and his fruit shall be sweet to our taste. But Christ shall woo his handful in the fire, and choose his own in the furnace of affliction. But be it so, he doubt not. He will not slay his children. Love will not let him make a full end. The covenant will cause him hold his hand. Fear not, then, saith the first and the last, he who was dead and is alive. We see not Christ sharpening and furbishing his sword for his enemies, and therefore our faithless hearts say, as Zion did, the Lord hath forsaken me. But God reproveth her, and saith, well, well, Zion, is that well said? Think again on it. You are in the wrong to me. Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the fruit of her womb? Yea, she may. Yet will I not forget thee. Behold, I have engraven thee upon the palms of my hands. Isaiah chapter 49, verses 15 and 16. You break your heart and grow heavy, and forget that Christ hath your name engraven on the palms of his hands in great letters. In the name of the Son of God, believe that buried Scotland, dead and buried with her dear bridegroom, shall rise the third day, and there shall be a new growth after the old timber is cut down. I recommend you and your burdens and heavy heart to the supporting of his grace and goodwill, who dwelt in the bush. To him who was separated from his brethren, try your husband afar off, to see if he can be induced to think upon going to America. Oh, to see the sight next to Christ's coming in the clouds, the most joyful. Our elder brother, the Jews, and Christ fall upon one another's neck and kiss each other. They have been long asunder. They will be kind to one another when they meet. O day, O longed for and lovely day dawn! O sweet Jesus, let me see that sight which will be as life from the dead, thee and thy ancient people in mutual embraces. Desire your daughter to close with Christ upon terms of suffering for him, for the cross is an old mealing and plot of ground that lieth to Christ's house. Our dear chief had that rent lying to his inheritance. But tell her the day is near the dawning, the sky is riving, our beloved will be on us ere ever we be aware. The Antichrist, and death, and hell, and Christ's enemies and ours will be bound and cast into the bottomless pit. The Lord Jesus be with your spirit. Yours, in his sweet Lord Jesus, Samuel Rutherford, Anworth, April the 22nd, 1635.